just love that quote, and we're just excited to be here and sharing this information with you today. We've got some people here that are definitely making a difference, and it's incredible at this time. We need these people. You're going to hear from them. We've got some great experts. Let's just cover what we're going to share with you with this time together. We're going to share with you the solutions that hemp provides for health and the environment. We're also going to talk about the science behind CBD and the endocannabinoid system, the importance of quality and testing, how to choose the safest CBD products that are right for you, how we support families and individuals that need CBD, and also how powerful and proven our business model is of distribution, how it works. Also, you're going to learn about the company first that has positioned itself in a global market to help you start a home-based business and earn income. Now, my name is Andre Derry. I am one of your co-hosts, and my other co-host, Valerie Aloisio, will be sharing with you this first segment.
Thank you so much, Andre. Hey, welcome everyone. Thank you to this Discover Kannaway presentation. It's been an incredible journey. I've been with the company for 5 years in August, and boy, we've done quite a lot to change the world one by one. But let's just start. What's the beginning? Well, first, we want to talk about cannabis. What is cannabis? And it's a group of plants in the Cannabaceae family. And within that group, we have different plants. Just like, for example, we have citrus, and that's like lemons, limes, oranges. Well, then we have cannabis. And within the cannabis, in the cannabis family, we have hemp and marijuana. So let's understand a little bit about the differences here. First, marijuana is grown short and bushy, about waist high. It's grown for a high concentration of THC, very low levels of CBD. There's really no industrial applications for the plant. Now we'll go ahead and look at hemp. Its sister plant. Now hemp can grow tall and lengthy, 10, 20 feet high. Around the world, it's known mostly for industrial applications and for fiber, textiles, and can be grown for a very high level of CBD, very low levels of THC, but also very high in other phytocannabinoids, which we're going to learn about in a bit. So let's talk a little bit about the history of hemp. Now, this is what I find fascinating. The year 2737 BC, the Chinese Emperor Shenyang recorded the first medicinal use of hemp, and hemp was at that time used mostly for fibers and textiles. But then our founding fathers in the 1600s brought hemp over from Europe, and it was sown everywhere. It was grown. You could pay your taxes with hemp. In times of war, you were mandated to grow hemp. You know, in the 1850s, hemp was grown by most major farms, and it was a staple of agriculture. It was also listed in the U.S. Official Drug Reference Manual as a legitimate treatment for a wide range of ailments. You know, but what happened then? If we fed our pigs, our cattle, our sheep hemp, and it was the go-to crop, well, in the 1930s, there was the passage of the Marijuana Tax Act. You know, a bunch of industrial tycoons got together and was not happy that the hemp farmers were encroaching on their profits. And as a result of just sheer ignorance, they really clumped together hemp and marijuana, and hemp became virtually illegal to grow and became not only prohibited within the United States, but also around the world. You know, but in 2012, Kannaway and our group of companies became the first company ever to launch a CBD product and sell it in the United States. So that is very exciting. So hemp, let's look at this. There are worldwide benefits for hemp. Everything, you know, from clothing to livestock feed, you name it, it is a staple crop that will benefit world economies from here on in. But look at the numerous industrial applications, both clean biofuels, hemp textiles, hemp-based bioplastics, batteries, capacitors to store energy, building and construction material, hempcrete, hemp board, hemp flooring. It's amazing. And also hemp seed as food and nutrition. And that's really what we're going to be speaking about today. There's over 50,000 uses for hemp. And as a company, we will be all things hemp. So we're just starting now having the CBD cannabinoid story and the conversation, but it's going to go a lot further now that hemp is part of our life again. So we are Kannaway. I am loud and proud to be a part of Kannaway. We're a company that manufactures and markets some of the world's most important product innovations, sourcing our oldest natural resource, that hemp plant. And our goal is to combine scientific knowledge with the benefits of nature to provide the highest quality products you can use for yourself and your family. So we actually are pioneers. This is Dr. Stuart Titus, our CEO and founder of Kannaway, CEO of our parent company. Back then, when the group of investors started to talk about the opportunities that hemp actually had, the possibilities just seemed endless. But guess what? In those early days, there was not the technology necessary and invented at that time to actually produce the scale and harvest the scale on the way we envisioned. So guess what? We invented it. So we are the first. This is Blake Schrader in our hemp farm, and he's about 6'4". And look at that, is our beautiful hemp plant. The first CBD product was sold by us in April of 2012.
The first ever.
The first ever.
First
So
ever.
I'm going to take you through a timeline. I'm so proud. Back in 2009, we became the first publicly traded cannabis company in the United States. Here you see some of our farming equipment at our farm. You know, we became the first company ever to establish a global CBD pipeline. Then we became the first company in 2012 to launch a commercial CBD product and sell across state lines. That was a huge, huge feat. Then back in also in 2012, we became the first company ever to institute and develop strict quality testing standards. There were no testing standards. It was a wild, wild west. And our company said, no, we have to make sure that the product that we're putting out is pure and clean and effective. So we created those testing standards that now any reputable company will follow. And then in 2013, we became the first company to license the famous National Institutes of Health government patent in the United States. That patent actually states cannabinoids as antioxidants and neuroprotectants. And we are the holder of that patent today, our sister company. That's impressive. And then, of course, in 2014, because our company knew that we needed to get the product to the people the fastest, they made a decision to launch a direct sales company. That's right, everyone, a way for all of us to have a legal cannabis business. So we became the first ever direct selling company in the cannabis industry, another first. Then, of course, we started to move on and move outside of the country. We became the first company ever to introduce legal CBD products to Brazil. You know, then we became the first company to legally register a CBD-based nutritional supplement in 2015. And the years just keep going on and on. Then in 2016, we became the first company ever to bring CBD products to Mexico. And then, of course, into Paraguay as well, the first company ever into Paraguay with a legal CBD drug in Paraguay. And then, of course, we became the first company ever to address the United Nations and the World Health Organization about CBD. This is Raul. He's a general manager of our Latin America region, and he fought and still does tirelessly to make sure people have access to our CBD products. And then in 2018, we became the first company ever to offer CBD products into Europe. And it wasn't just a country in Europe. It wasn't just the United Kingdom or Paris or, you know, London. It was the entire EU region. And that was so exciting. The first ever company to launch a CBD brand into Europe. And then 2019 was a big year. We then became the first company ever to be listed in the Prescriber's Digital Reference, the PDR, formerly known as the Physician's Desk Reference. This is where physicians will turn to look at how to treat a situation. And here we are, Kannaway, as the one and only cannabis product listed in that journal. In 2019, we also launched into Russia, and that was exciting. Again, the one and only company allowed into Russia. So look at that timeline over the last 10 years, Andre.
Amazing.
What an amazing journey we have had. And guess what, everyone? For the guests that are tuning in, we are just beginning.
So that's basically the beginning, and we are just beginning. So what we'd like to share with you now is the science, what we know, and we're going to now invite one of our panelists that is an expert in this. So what we're going to do is we're going to invite Jennifer Fleischer to join us, and she's going to share about all the science. Jennifer, are you with us?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. That's
Hi,
awesome.
everyone. Well, being so physically separated from everyone today, it's so nice to be here socially connecting with all of you. I'm so grateful for Kannaway for this experience and opportunity. So guys, I am a certified nutritionist. Andre, you know what happened?
Yes,
I can't see the slides. Aha.
you will.
Okay. So I am a certified nutritionist, and this part about Kannaway got me the most excited. I started in August of 2017, and I've had the most purposeful and profitable journey of my life. So I want to share a little bit from a nutritionist perspective of what this means. So do we have a next slide, Andre?
Yep.
Yay. So I love this history. This was so fascinating to me, and it really was a moment of discovery that brought me to my knees. You see, cannabis has been a medicine, and hemp in the United States for many, many years. In fact, in 1850, the US Pharmacopoeia, so this would be the leading medical journal of the time, actually had over 90 conditions that were treated with some sort of cannabis or hemp. And it lasted until 1942, of course, 5 years after hemp was removed from our food chain. The US Pharmacopoeia, by the way, it's hard to find a copy, and I just love to share with you. Last year, my family, we traveled to Amsterdam, and I actually got to hold and touch one of these and breeze through it, and it was quite the experience to see all that medicine, all that cannabis used as medicine. If we fast forward a couple decades, we're talking about, well, not even decades, just really a year or two, we have a US scientist, Dr. Adams, who really isolated and discovered CBD for the first time. So yes, a US doctor. And then if we fast forward, I would say a couple decades, out emerges Dr. Raphael Mechoulam. He's the grandfather of modern cannabis medicine. He was the first really to discover the psychoactive component that you find in cannabis, THC. He went on to be a partner in lots of research, which discovered maybe even over 100 different cannabinoids. And he also was one to tip his hat right to Dr. Adams and say, yes, Dr. Adams did have this 100% right. So fast forward a couple more decades, and we have another amazing visionary scientist, Dr. Stuart Titus, who means so much to all of us. He is the CEO of our parent company. The parent company is called Medical Marijuana, Inc. And he is not only a world-renowned cannabis expert, but really he's one of the most demanded lecturers globally, and probably one of the most foremost authorities on the endocannabinoid system. His vision is something I have never seen in my lifetime. He attended the first medical cannabis symposium in 2006, and he was astounded, as we all are, when we learned for the first time that the National Institutes of Health has a patent on cannabinoids. It is very famous, patent 507, and it's titled Cannabinoids as Antioxidants and Neuroprotectants. So yes, guys, we've had this research, as you see there, since 2003. This also brought me to my knees when I read that patent. So let's talk about cannabinoids. I get so excited talking about plant intelligence. And I don't think there's a more intelligent plant than hemp. You know, cannabinoids are chemical compounds that make up a plant. We know of about 100, I think we have about 148. I think we discovered 2 more right before the crisis in Italy by some researchers. So we're talking well over 100 cannabinoids. Let's just look at what else this plant provides the human body. There's about 400 other chemical compounds like chlorophyll, terpenoids, flavonoids. You know, we know about flavonoids from the French paradox and all that wine research, and also fibers and waxes. I mean, this plant was really meant to be food, and that's what I look at it as. You can also find cannabinoids in other items like tea or kava hops, but not nearly in the present strength that you can find in hemp. So let's go a little deeper into this hot new world of terpenes. So terpenes are really the tastes and smells of a plant, and often overlooked. We are now really digging deep into the power of terpenes. The products of Kannaway have all the terpenes present. One in particular, beta-caryophyllene, which is getting a little bit of attention from some top medical schools, including Harvard, because of the way it manipulates in the body. They actually speak with the endocannabinoid system and exhibit some antioxidant properties. Of course, you can find them in some other foods. As you can see there, black pepper and basil are some of them, but again, not in the strength that you can find in hemp. Next. So let's talk about this. This gets me most excited. Why CBD? Why are we seeing it everywhere? It is at the current time, as far as I'm concerned as a nutritionist, one of the most researched, if not the most researched supplement nutrient on earth. Our bodies, this was also discovered not too long ago, have an endocannabinoid system. Say that 3 times. No, don't, just use the words ECS. And this system is our largest regulatory system. It's almost like an on and off switch, and it talks to all of our other systems. So it says, hey, digestive, are you feeling satisfied, or are you hungry? Hey, nervous system, are you okay? Do you need a little calming? Hey, circulatory. So it actually speaks, and they communicate. It's two-way communication. So if we think about this, if this is the regulatory system that gives instructions and hears from and the needs of all other 12 of our systems, it makes me believe that it is the king of all adaptogens. And the entire body, I've studied this so much in nutrition, everything, every hormone and organ is meant to do is create homeostasis. And that's what cannabinoids can do for the body. So let's dig down just a little further. Look at that diagram. You see that these are some of the receptors that you can find all over the body. And the communication, again, 2 ways, are extraordinary. You can see that it's not just in the nervous areas, the nervous system area, but it's out in the peripheral organs. I mean, it's just extraordinary, the length and the reach of CBD.
Okay.
Sorry, Andre. I think we have one before this. So we talk about cannabinoids being found in hemp, and I talk about the plant intelligence of hemp, and I do believe, and I actually have a presentation on CBD being the king of all adaptogens, and I'll tell you why. You know, research is showing that talking to all these receptors, creating homeostasis could potentially be the missing puzzle piece that we all have in our lives. I know it was the missing puzzle piece for my personal health. And why? It's if our bodies, if this system, this endocannabinoid system is off kilter because it's fed off of this nutrient called cannabinoids, and yet it's been devoid from our diet for 85 years, the body's not homeostatic. But what if we put it back into our body? Our body is the miracle, and if we feed and fuel it right, it is going to function the way it's meant to be, and it will help us stop creating barriers to optimal health. This is my last slide, and what I love about this slide is really what a point I want to hit home, and I know Melissa, my colleague, is going to follow up about this. But when we talk about all of these chemical compounds working together, it's called the entourage effect, meaning we get these terpenes, you get these cannabinoids, you get fibers, waxes, plant phenols. Put that all together, it is extraordinary power of nutrients for the body. Unfortunately, the majority of the CBD industry does not create products that have these 500 chemical compounds working for our body. When I mean most, I mean probably 95% or more. So I'm really drawn and attracted to the Kannaway products because of this synergistic effect and its unique, unduplicatable formulas and products. And I think that's probably a great time to segue into Melissa, right?
Jen, could you just take a quick minute and just share with everyone why the science is so important to you when you made a decision to join Kannaway as a business, to do this as a full-time business?
I simply couldn't find a second place. August 13th, 2017, I searched the world. I probably called a couple dozen companies and no one could give me answers on the soil. And the soil was really what stood apart, and the quality, the biodynamic grown plants that I couldn't find elsewhere. I'm sorry, I couldn't find a second place. So I knew the entrepreneur in me had to jump on this and be a leader with the rest of, with Kannaway. Did that work?
Thank you so much. Thank you for an excellent presentation on the science. Now we're going to talk about the products driven by science, and we have an expert, someone that was an executive with L'Oreal that is with us, and she's probably one of our best people to talk about the products. Melissa Temple-Augusta, are you there?
Hello.
Hey, could you just take a quick minute and just introduce yourself before we get into the products driven by science?
Sure. I'm Melissa Temple-Augusta, and I've been here for over 4.5 years. Like Valerie said, we came in almost 5 years ago this August, so we'll be celebrating a really extraordinary anniversary. We came here to help people, and we came here to do something that no one had ever done. And it's my pleasure to be able to present to you now how we take things from the science to the products, because I came from L'Oreal, where my passion was developing international training programs and sales programs for people to understand how to sell products better and how to use products and what is their efficacy and why do you need them. So I'm really excited to get started in this section, and thanks for having me, you guys.
Our pleasure.
So let's set this up for her and we'll get started.
All right, so now we're going to talk about the products that are driven by the science that Jen just so eloquently explained to us. Great job, Jen. I always get so excited to hear about the science, and you know, we learn from the best, Dr. Stuart Titus, and we take the message that we learn from him and other experts to you. So now we need to break it down into how does all of the science translate into products, the raw materials that go into the products, and then I will talk to the specific products. We focus here on 3 key ingredients, and these are the green oil, the blue oil, and the gold oil. We'll talk about the fact that we are the only company that has this, but just as a quick summary, we go from the oil in its raw state, like it's been juiced, and then we process it a little bit to get the blue oil, but still have all of the amazing attributes that you want to get that entourage effect that Jen referred to. And then ultimately the gold oil. It's like the gold standard, the highest amount of CBD that you can get in a very refined formula. So let's go to the next slide and break these down even further. First of all, we have the green hemp oil, and this is when it's been extracted from the stalk. It's like if you could grow hemp like we could and you juiced it. It's impossible to do this ourselves, but if you were to be able to do that, you would get very little processing and you would get all of the raw attributes that add to the health that we want. So this is the green oil. We use this to formulate products, and we are the only company that sells this by itself. So it's a very powerful way to differentiate ourselves and to understand why we're giving people what they truly need for their health. And then next, we have the blue hemp oil. At this point, the green hemp oil is decarboxylated. It's processed so that it turns the raw material into an active form of CBD. It raises the level of CBD that you get per serving, and it retains all of the phytonutrients that we love, especially those terpenes and essential fatty acids, and all of the cannabinoids are left intact. These are not CBD only products, you guys. I know everybody talks about CBD and THC, but there are so many other cannabinoids that are lesser understood, and you'll hear more and more about those in the coming years as we do more and more research through our companies that we're joining forces together with. Now, the gold. At this point, we use a distillation process to make the gold oil. So we've gone from green to blue to gold. Now what we have is the most refined, beautiful gold oil that we can give to people who want the highest level of CBD per serving possible for optimal health. Now let's go on. So only available at Kannaway. I know I alluded to this, but I want you to understand that most people do not have a full spectrum cannabinoid product, high CBD cannabinoid product. Some people have a distillate or an isolate, which are great if you say that's what you have and if that's what you're selling, but then they mix it with other things to call it something else. We don't do that. We let things be what they are. We are full disclosure. You also can see all of the lab reports on QR codes on our products and on our website. So our clinical research has proven that all of this is possible. So this leads us to the quality. We have a soil to sale promise, and let's talk about what that means to you. Let's go to the next one. So first of all, it starts with the soil. Know your soil, know your oil. Jen Fleischer, who just spoke, taught me that phrase, and I use it almost every day. I love it because it's so true. If you know that hemp is a bioremediator of the soil, choosing the land that it comes from is of utmost importance. So we researched over 3,000 different cultivars of hemp and cultivators of the land to find that one place in the world that had the best conditions, the best soil, the best cannabinoid-rich resulting hemp product. And then we worked with that cultivar that we picked out of all of that searching and combined this harvester that had to be invented by us. It didn't exist. A lot of things didn't exist until our company came on the scene, and we had to be able to process this. So we invented it. Next, we were the first to work with labs to create the extraction process. We had to set the standard for the entire industry. Everyone else just kept trying to keep up with us and what we were doing. And you know, none of this would have been possible. This whole unique process, remember, is the first of its kind. And this is because of a world-renowned team, scientific team led by Dr. Stuart Titus. We are talking about over 40 years of combined expertise in the biotech field. And these are the people that we've partnered with to do this. Now, triple lab testing. All of the time in our industry, we hear about third-party lab testing. This is important and it is necessary to have a product on the market. However, most people don't take the additional steps to do a triple lab testing process. We are the first to do this, and this means that we go above and beyond. So safety is our top priority, and that's why in 2012, we created these standards for safety that no one else had, and we can take a look at what this means. So number one, we test the plant during the growing season and again after the harvest to make sure that it's got its optimal cannabinoid content. And we want to make sure that no chemicals, heavy metals, or other potential contaminants have come into the products. After the hemp oil is actually extracted from the plant, then a sample is sent to the third-party labs just to test the concentration of the cannabinoids. But also remember, third-party lab tests test for mold and fungus and yeast and all kinds of things, heavy metals that you don't want to ingest, nor do you want your families to do so. The third step is after we manufacture the product, we test it again just to make sure everything is status quo and up to our high quality standards. And if it's not, we do not sell it to you. And this all comes down to education. Ever since we started years ago, we've been changing minds, changing laws, and changing lives and breaking ground for everyone. You see all of these news stations and magazines and important things like the Wall Street Journal and the Business Insider and the Huffington Post mentioned here. All of these publications have mentioned our company and all of the things that we've been doing to give progress to this industry. We're very proud of that. Now, as a recap, we want to remember these three things about all of the products before I show the products. Everything you see, everything that we sell is triple lab tested. We are U.S. Hemp Authority certified and sit on the board of the U.S. Hemp Authority. We have the first CBD product included in the U.S. Physician's Desk Reference, otherwise known as the Prescriber's Digital Reference. Doctors now have an app that they can look up things that they would like to prescribe to their patients. Our pure gold liquid product is in the Physician's Desk Reference. Speaking of that product, let's look at all of the standards in summary. We use only ISO IEC accredited testing labs that use a standardized process. Triple lab tested, 100% natural and botanical. Nothing artificial is ever added to our products. No pesticides, no herbicides, non-GMO, and most importantly, federally legal. We are international, as you have heard from the beginning, so it's also legal in other countries that we have entered legally. So let's take a look at the products. On the left, you see all of the CBD products. People look at this and they say, look at all of the different products to select from. Well, that's the good news, everybody. You want to make it work in your life. If you want a liquid that you can add to a smoothie, if you would prefer a capsule that's convenient, if you would like the raw form of our product, you get an oral applicator. If you would like to apply it topically, you get a salve. The choice is yours. Whatever you choose, you know you're getting the quality that I just spoke of. They are all good. They're all just customized to your lifestyle, your taste, and your preferences, and that's the most important thing. We have broad spectrum products and full spectrum products, and even some CBD products like pure CBD that only have CBD in them for people that need that. Down at the bottom, you see 3 new products that have a little red new flag. These are our all new enriched hemp oil oral applicators, blue, green, and gold. Sound familiar? Well, these enriched oral applicators focus on certain terpenes that can enhance the benefits that you're looking for. How do you know what you need? Well, we are the first company to offer an endocannabinoid DNA test to nail down exactly what you can enhance your CBD routine with. For example, we've been using these products for over 4 years. We know what we like, we've tried everything, and we still took a DNA test to see what we can add to our routine. So what I recommend is get your kit, get your products, take the test later and validate and add and enrich the assortment of products that are beneficial to you and your body. Of course, I would love to talk about the skincare, but that will be for another webinar. I love the skincare and all of the products that we have. One product, and it is on this sale that is screaming at you on the screen right now, a product that's very important to us right now is our Kannaway Super Greens. Our CBD products and our Super Greens are amazing for our immunity and our wellness, you guys. We all need our bodies to be very strong and powerful, right? Anytime we're dealing with anything that is upon us, that is challenging us. So right now what we have is to give everyone the chance to get 20 to 25% off on select Kannaway products. That even includes our gold oral applicator product, which is hands down the best deal that you can get. So I wanted to leave you with that sale and to know that it's a great time to get these products in an accessible way. Thank you.
Melissa, thank you so much for just a great presentation. It's important that we share with all the people who are looking at this for the first time. The reason why we go in depth at a Discover Kannaway virtual event is because people that join want to make sure that they're joining a company that has an integrity and the products are backed up. There's quality products. Nobody wants to represent a company that's not representing the absolute best. So we provide this information through this format so that if you make the decision to do this as a business, to join our business and start your own home-based business, you have the confidence that you're representing the absolute very best. And Melissa, you're one of the best that we have to talk about the products. And Jen, thank you for the science. Great job. So we're going to continue with the Discover Kannaway and where we're at right now. And we've got a special guest that's going to be sharing a few things with you as well soon. But now we've got to get into the actual business. And the business is about creating possibilities. So I believe that I'm covering this part, right?
Go ahead.
I think I'm covering this part. So here's what's interesting. I like to make business decisions. And I like making business decisions on facts, data, what the company is doing. So when you look at what we've accomplished in terms of all the awards that they're winning, you know, Company of the Year 2019, DSN Global Top 100. I mean, we achieved that feat in less than 4 years, being one of the top direct selling companies in the world, top 100. That's remarkable. And then a record sales year in 2018. Just look at our record growth, 900% growth over those past 4 years. So again, if you're going to look for a business that you want to start at home, you're going to make that decision based on where's the company going? Do they have a great established track record? Well, the numbers are there for you to verify that for yourself. And again, here's some more awards. I mean, we won International Stevie Business Awards. We've won American Business Awards, Golden Bridge Awards, Business Innovation Group Awards, Best in Biz Awards. So we're really standing out and we're really being recognized for the innovation and the quality and the opportunity that we're offering you who are watching this webinar right now. Now, how to profit from a global cannabis boom? Because really, we have an opportunity. Our distribution model is network marketing. It's the best way to get this message out there. But also, we've actually plugged into something that's exploding, which is the cannabis boom. Everybody is interested in learning more about this. So here's your traditional choices if you want to get involved in that business. You can open up a dispensary, which is ridiculous in terms of startup costs, staffing costs, licensing required, or open up a health store. I mean, look at what's happening today. I mean, Valerie and I can do this business from our home. We are in our home. And we did this last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and today. A lot of those businesses that have storefront, their doors are closed because of what's going on. So imagine if you had to invest that kind of money to get involved in the cannabis space, but now you could not open your doors. That would be just horrible. The other thing is you could open up a cannabis farm. If you've got expertise.
I don't want to be a farmer.
No, we don't want to be a farmer. We kind of like being here at home with our family and doing our business.
I love our farmers, but I don't want to be a farmer.
We bless our farmers.
Yes,
Thank you very
absolutely.
much. So here's a natural choice. Kannaway is the natural choice business. There's a low cost to get started. There's a website and e-commerce provided. Operations, customer support, shipping, and logistics are all provided. And it's an international opportunity. Valerie and I have a global cannabis business, global network marketing distribution business with hemp and CBD products. So why make Kannaway your business? Let's look again at the numbers. We are the global leader in providing hemp-derived cannabinoid solutions that addresses a global increase in cannabinoid deficiency. And we're also the world's first entrepreneurial legal cannabis opportunity. And look at the growth, 591 million in 2018, growing to 22 billion by 2022. And I don't think anyone's connected the dots yet, but literally for me and my wife to qualify for receiving a paycheck from Kannaway, all we do is consume one of the absolute best products that we can for our health. So it is a win-win. It's just an absolute amazing place to be. So making a difference on the side. And now we do this as a career. We do this full time. A lot of the panelists that you heard of, they're doing this full time as well. You could do this off the side, maybe paying off debt, making ends meet, boosting your savings for emergency, whatever. But we know that there are millions of people every day searching for a way to make extra money on the side. And every day people are finding their answer with Kannaway, because not only are they making extra money, they're making a difference. And we'll get into that in a second. So with 9 different ways to generate an income, plus a minimum income guarantee, which again, we'll talk about in a second, we're the ideal combination of passion and rewards for a part-time business with a big-time reward. It's really incredible home-based business that you can get started with right away. Now, what do you do to get started with this incredible business? Well, a lot of people want to know, how does the money work?
Tell them, Andre. Go ahead.
Well, the first thing you do is you enroll as a brand ambassador for the amount of $54.98. That's what it takes to become a brand ambassador. But I've got some great news for you. Actually, we're just started based on the current events, the global current events. We are giving everyone an opportunity because there's such a great need now. If we look at what an unemployment rate is going to be in a month from now, every day people are being added to that because they're they're not able to get to work or they're losing their job right now. So right now for $54.98, there's a low cost to get started, website and e-commerce provided, operations, customer support, shipping, and logistics provided, state-of-the-art mobile app to run your business from your phone, and it's an international opportunity for $1. For $1, you can become a brand ambassador. This is a limited time offer. Okay, it was just introduced yesterday, so by the end of the month. So $1, you can actually start
your own home-based business.
With your own home-based business and enroll and get all of these things that I just shared with you. So the next thing you want to do is you want to choose a value pack, because when you understand our model of distribution and the way you get paid, there's decisions that you're going to make at the beginning that are going to determine the multiplier effect for the income that you're going to earn with us. So when Valerie and I made a decision to start, we started that in a way we said, what way can we do it that will make us the most amount of money? That's the way we started. What are your recommendations? So we're going to share with you what those recommendations are and what the best practice would be so you would make the most amount of money. But you can choose any way you want to start. There's the Ignite pack, because one of these packs, if you're coming in as a brand ambassador, you need to purchase this if you are going to go for a fast start to become fast start qualified, and you'll understand in a very short minute why that's important.
Plus you're starting a business, so you want to be a product of the product and have products to show, share, and demonstrate.
So we've got Junior Executive Pack at $6.99. We've got the Senior Executive Pack at $8.99, and the Total Experience Value Pack at $1,999. Now, the Total Experience Value Pack is all the products plus 30 days extra to become fast start qualified, and you'll learn very quickly why that's so important. So let's talk about the next slide, and Valerie, I'm going to ask you to just talk a little bit about this.
Yeah, so when you get started, and like I mentioned, you choose an appropriate order to help launch your business, because you're launching a business with us. You are going to choose a value pack that meets your goals, your desires, your willingness to work. And once you pick those packs, you're going to then have a chance to become fast start qualified, we call it, where you can earn triple commissions for life every time you sell a value pack. So take a look at what we did was we purchased the Total Experience Pack because I wanted to try all the products, right? I wanted to try them. I wanted to get my family on different products so I can see that experience. And it was the most value. If you look at this chart right here, look at that savings that you get between retail and wholesale to purchase that Total Experience Pack. So everyone, that's what we started with, but again, you do what's best for you. But I wanted to share with you, look at the commissions. DSB is a commission that you get when you sell one of these packs. But look at, wouldn't you rather make triple? I know I would. So that's why this is so important. So we're going to help you. First, come on board, enroll, choose a pack, and then all we're going to help you do is sell 3 packs to a customer or a brand ambassador, and now you're going to become fast start qualified. So let's talk about those benefits, as I mentioned.
And it's very important because that's the focus when you get started. The number one priority for us is to put as much money in your pocket as quickly as possible. That is absolute goal of the compensation plan, and it's the goal of a responsible sponsor. When the person has shared this with you, when you get back to them, that's what they're going to focus on to launch your business so that you can make as much money as quickly as possible. So first 30 days, you enroll 3 BAs so you're fast start qualified. Again, if you took the Total Experience Pack, the value pack, you would have 60 days to become fast start qualified. So look at what's happening in your life and make the decision that's best for you. You'll earn triple commissions when you're fast start qualified. When your volume exceeds 3,000 in 60 days, that's 3,000 points, you earn a $1,000 bonus. When your volume exceeds 9,000 points in 90 days, you'll earn another $1,000 bonus. We call that the Fast Start 9,000. And your approximate earnings in 3 months is $800 to $1,200 per month via the Total Experience Value Pack choice. That means in 3 months, you have earned anywhere between $2,400 and $3,600. So that's significant money for you to put in your pocket when you start a home-based business. And really, the only requirement is for you to be on the product, right? Exactly. 110 personal group volume. So personal volume. So here's what the distribution channel looks like. And it's important because we're in the business of setting up distribution channels. And distribution channels are people. That's what they are. It's people buying. It's people buying product, making the choice to do this as a business. They're buying product for their own needs. They use every month for the benefit of their health. And they share this with others, exactly what we're doing here with you now. So the higher the volume that passes through your team, your group, your organization that you get started, the higher your minimum income guarantee will be. So let's look at month 1. You get Fast Start qualified with 3 BAs that you've enrolled. Month 2, you now go and they'll help those 3 get 3, and now your team has 9 BAs. You've earned a $1,000 Fast Start, and what's really cool is you've created a rank. You've earned the rank of Executive Director, which is $5,000 in volume, which produces for you a minimum income guarantee of $500 coming in every month. And I want you to just think about that right now, where you're at right now, your situation. Does $500 coming in every single month, would it make a difference for your family right now? I mean, that's a question you need to answer. But this is what you can do with our plan. So let's go and month 3. Now you've got 3 helping 3 helping 3. You've got 27 BAs. What have you achieved? Between month 3 or month 4, around that time, a lot of people have done this in their first month, but realistically, let's say in 3 months, you just do this. Helping people. You've got an area director rank, 15,000 in volume. You've now created for yourself a minimum income guarantee of 2,500 coming in every single month. That is absolutely fabulous. And what are you doing? All you're doing is inviting people to take a look. We've already got everything in place. You don't have to do what we're doing. All you do is invite them to come here, just like you were invited to come here. You do exactly the same thing. We're here to provide you the support and the help. So month 4, 81 now is on your team, because 3 is helping 3. You're not getting 81. You've got 3, and you've helped those 3 get 3. In month 5, look at the magic here. In month 5, you've got 363 BAs total with 110 group volume each. And that adds up to 40,000. Now, if everyone is just using the product, $110 a month for their SmartShip, and they're on the product for themselves, you've got volume on your organization of close to 40,000. What does that represent for them, Valerie?
Well, they're on their way to become what we call a regional director. And that comes with a minimum income guarantee of $5,000 a month. And for many, many, many people, that is a full-time income. So by just doing a little and helping those people do a little, and everyone's sphere of influence is introduced to what we have, this is how the numbers multiply. This is how it grows. But you know what? What do you have to do? You've got to talk to people. You got to share something that you're passionate about, and then let the tools do the talking. Let these opportunity meetings do the talking. Let the videos do the talking. But we wanted you just to see what's possible with exponential growth as you build and as you're helping others build and get what they want and need. You're going to have everything that you want. And our compensation plan is extremely, extremely lucrative. So with that, we'd like to bring on our guest speaker while Andre does that. It's a woman that I've known and respected for many, many years. I have the pleasure of introducing Deborah McDonald to all of you. And we've known each other for quite some time. We've stayed in touch. And then Deborah made a decision, I'll let her tell the story, just a little while ago, and to join us in what we're doing. So Deborah, please welcome and take it away.
Okay, wow, thank you guys so much. It's been a great presentation so far. I'm learning a lot because I'm just 2.5 weeks in. So you guys have been doing an incredible job with the products and the science and the business model and so on. And I just really appreciate you. Feel honored really to be here because knowing Valerie and Andre for the last 15 years, I think it is, we just kept in touch. And even though we were in different, network marketing companies, still in the health and wellness realm, we always stayed in touch. And that's the beauty of relationships, right? So that whole thing was just so exciting to be part of what you're doing here. But what I love about this whole thing with your cannabis industry and you guys leading, that's what got my attention for sure. First of all, you guys, right? But then the cannabis industry, because this is such an incredible growing market. And then to be able to, bring people together and just help them get somewhere financially. So we're helping people with their health and we're helping people with their finances. And that's a really big piece for me, because over the last 15 years, I've been able to build residual income, not only in an industry like this, but also I'm a real estate investor. So I've taken my funds basically and put them into real estate. And so that is the joy, I guess you might say, of residual income. And that's the beauty of leverage as well. And that's what we're doing here. So it was fun because you were in Prague, Valerie, when I got started. And here you were just talking to me at these different hours. And within a few days, you educated me very quickly by sending me all the videos, sharing a few bits on the phone in between your different meetings. And then within 2 days, I became Fast Start qualified. I became, I think Fast Start 3000, they called it, Fast Start 9000, and also executive director. And that was just, it was exciting. I didn't even realize it was happening. But what we did was we talked to a few people that really are near and dear to my heart. And they caught the vision of what I was excited about and what you guys are doing. And that's really what it is. It's word of mouth. It's having those relationships and people being excited about this whole idea of building something bigger than ourselves. So I was excited because I came in with the total experience kit. I wanted everything just like you guys did, because I believe in investing in my business, in myself, and what I'm going to be doing for the future. And so from there, I was able to double my return on investment. My commissions, as you said, Valerie, are going to be through the roof, and they were, because you do get Fast Start bonuses, and that's a really great way to see that you can actually earn income right away and then still sustain that over the months to come and keep on going and going. But what I love is that this is profit with purpose. It's a win-win-win, and I'm just really excited to work with you guys. And now hearing all of the people on this call, I'm like, whoa, I'm even getting more excited. I want to thank just quickly, the people that came on board with me, and it's just a handful of people: Marcy, Judy, Tara, Mary, Stacy, and now Heidi's come on board as well this week. So it's just so much fun because we're empowering each other, and so it's a win-win. Thanks for having me, guys.
So I hope I didn't miss. So in 2.5 weeks,
yeah,
you were able to create for yourself a minimum income guarantee, a residual income of $500 a month in 2.5 weeks, and you made all the money back from what you invested in the total experience, and you've got all the products that you can now show, share, and demonstrate.
Exactly.
Wow, congratulations. That's
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for sharing. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So we're going to just now get into what really is the cause behind our company, because we're very proud of this. We have a cause called ECHO, and we proudly support ECHO. There's a lot of people in the world that need cannabinoids, and they can't get them. They can't pay for them. So we recognize that because it's so important to us and our family to be on CBD and use hemp-based products. Look at, it's a nonprofit. We support it. They're an independent nonprofit charitable organization, and they're providing support for families, individuals that rely on cannabinoids. And look at what we've been able to accomplish in a few short years. We're now supporting over 157 families worldwide with monthly, and we've made over $2 million in donated products and over 1 million educated on cannabinoids and the many benefits of CBD and hemp. And with 328 original articles that have been published. And now here's why this is important. You're new to this. Somebody got you to take a look, and they were really excited that you would take a look at this. And we get that because we were in that same place. But let me share something with you that's so important. There's so much information out there. You don't need to know this information. We have people on these virtual calls that will share the information. We have all these videos that you can point to and share the videos. And this site, echoconnection.org, you can always point to it. If anyone's asked you a question, well, does CBD help with this or CBD help with that? That's a great question. Go to echoconnection.org and tell me what you find. And I'm telling you, that's A, B, C, D. It goes all the way to Z. Every kind of malady or challenge, health challenge is there with some research done on how CBD impacts, affects, or helps that challenge.
And that research is pulled from the National Institutes of Health, PubMed.gov. So this is a resource portal for you to do your research.
So based on what we share with you, we hope that you got a lot out of this. And I know some of you were with us on our virtual HBR on Monday, and you still need a little bit more information on the science, the products, and the business. And we hoped you got that information. So if you have enough now and you're ready to roll and get started, contact the person who shared this with you to schedule a new member orientation, because the new member orientation will walk you through the 10 steps to getting started correctly, and they'll really show you what you need to do to earn the money that we were talking about. Now, that, as I said, contact the person. Now, if you're not ready to do that, but you still need more information, well, you can join us for our new member orientation, which is done virtually on Saturday at 12 p.m. So you can register for that webinar at hemplifestylenetwork.com/3. So we hope you enjoy this time with us. We want to thank our panelist experts again. Thank you so much to Jennifer Fleischer. Thank you so much to Melissa Temple Augusta, and also Deborah McDonald for taking the time and sharing your words and that information with everyone that's with us here on this virtual Discover Kannaway. So we'll leave you, until Saturday or the next time, we'll leave you with this video. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.